Hello guys and welcome back to the DocMack car channel, and today what I'm going to do is a review and a how-to on the Rupes D-A polishing system. Now they do have different versions, but what I have bought is the Rupes D-A Cos, the Rupes D-A Fine and the Uno Pure. Now you also got these associated pads right here. So the D-A Cos pad, this is 150mm pads for each of these. Rupes D-A Cos goes with the D-A Cos Polish, and vice versa. As you can see, they're all color coded, so you will not get mistaken on which product goes where. Now this is their newer system. They used to have an older Rupes product, but this is the new version which produces less dust, and it is also much more technologically advanced, and it's only a 3-step system. So without further ado, let's get into this. The first thing I'm going to start off with is the Rupes D-A Cos. So I'm going to put all of these aside first. First thing you want to do is you want to clean down your bonnet. Now I've already given the car a good wash. I've given it a 2-stage wash. It's a DAS6 Pro dual action polisher, 850 watts. It's quite a good machine, as you can see. Bit of ASMR there. Make sure that your hands are quite clean. And this is basically the pad which we're going to use as the Cos compound pad. 5-inch backing plate right here. And then I've got my DA Cos pad, which I'm going to put right here. And you want to really center it properly. Yeah, that'll do. Alright guys, so that's exactly what you'll need. Then you're going to wipe down the bonnet. Now you're going to take your DA Cos. You're going to give it a good shake. Alright, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to put a few dabs on here. And basically what you want to do is you'll want to prime the pad first. Now that should be plenty to start off with. Okay, and then what you can do is with your clean hands, you want to try to dab them all around like so. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to put the pad down onto the bonnet like this. Alright, and with speed number 1, just going to spread the color. And what you guys want to do is you want to go in a 50-50 pass. So you do one pass, your next pass goes 50% over your last pass. Okay, now that the pad is a little bit more primed, now I can increase the speed that I like. And I'm going to, the more you increase the speed, the higher the cutting compound. So I'm going to put it on to like speed 5. And you never want to underestimate the cutting capabilities of this, so you actually want to just give it a little go first. And basically you can see the polish is already drying because it's quite warm outside. And then I'm going to buff it off. This is just the initial application because you're getting rid of the heavier swirl marks first. Alright, And there you go. So that's the first application done, and it does feel a bit smoother, but maybe it does need another cut. Alright guys, this is coat number 2. As you can see, it's looking much better now, and I can see more reflections. As you can see, there's a lot of cloud reflections now, and you can see there's a house right there, and you can see the reflections of the house much better. I have finished the compounding. I've done half of the bonnet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out of the sun, and I'm going to show you what the result is. I am wearing my mask at the moment because it is quite dusty. As you can see, it has produced a lot of dust, especially on the compounding stage. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the DA Fine. Now if you open it carefully, you can actually put the pad back inside, you see? So it comes out quite easily, as you can see. Now that you have your pad out, you can keep this one aside, do not throw it off. Now that'll come in handy when you want to keep the pad. This is the second step that you need to do. Now I'm just going to wipe down the bonnet first. Now I'm doing half of the bonnet so that you guys can actually see what sort of results you get. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to center the pad again, like so. And then you want to open it, and you want to put a little bit of dabs, but for the first part you will need to put a bit more because you're priming the pad. And now what we're going to do is we're going to dab it down and prime the pad properly. Now this one will spread a little bit better because it's a lighter compound. Alright, now it's spread properly. I'm going to put the speed much higher. And you guys always want to go 50-50 passes, so you want to go like this. Alright, so that's the second part done. And what you guys want to do is you want to leave it to dry until it dries to haze. See, if I wipe it off, it's still wet. This has now been a little over 5 to 7 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff it off. Now this one spreads like butter, so you don't need too much. And it takes a very long time to dry. I think maybe you do need to leave it a bit longer to dry. And a few of you might be saying, why are you going in circular motions? You're supposed to go straight lines. Now when you're removing polish, and you have already removed the paint defects, you can go in circular motions. What that does is it actually helps remove more of the product so that you get a nice clean finish. Alright, so that's about halfway down the bonnet done, and now I'm going to do the final step, the DA Ultrafine. As you can see, it's already starting to just slide off, so it's getting quite nice and smooth. Now you need to obviously shake this product quite well, and you don't need a lot of this product. It should spread fairly easy, and you only need a little bit. And then I'm going to open it this way, so a little bit of ASMR. Alright, let's get to it. Alright. Trying to open it carefully so that I can actually put it back into the pack again. Yeah, kind of. That'll work. Now, because it's ultra fine, you don't need to do speed 6. I've gone speed 6 on both step 1 and step 2. I'd say about a 4 should do it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it out, and you're going to add about 4 little dots. Alright, so that's 4 dots done, and you're going to spread it like this first. Alright, and turn it on. Okay, and that's step number 3 done. Now we're going to wait for it to dry off, and then we're going to buff it. And I'm going to buff it down. And I've left it drying for about 5 minutes or so. Now I would recommend leaving it much longer, but it's around probably 20 to 23 Celsius right now. So I didn't leave it as long because you never want the product to dry. And then flip the cloth and just buff it down. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the car out of the garage, and then I'm going to show you how it looks in the sun. Well, we do have a little bit of sun today. It's quite a cloudy day. So without further ado, I'll get to that. As you can see, it has come out extremely well, and the shine is just really good. You can actually see my reflection right there. And as you can see all the metallic specks popping. Alright guys, so that is the final result of the Rupes 3-stage polish. As you can see, the result is extremely satisfying. I would rate this product quite highly. As you can see, the reflections and the detail of the building, which is right above there, is quite evident in the paintwork. It's got a nice, smooth, flat finish so that it reflects quite well. You can see it right down the tree there. I'll just zoom in for you, as you can see. And as you can see on the roof here, you can see the detail of the house right next to me. The detail is very sharp and clear. It's like a mirror finish image. Coming down to the back of the boot, as you can see, The boot was actually not very good, so I clay barred it and gave it the 3-stage polish, and it came out really well. Just going around the vehicle now. As you can see, the color does pop in the sun. And there you go, you can see my reflection over here. Cherry red color, which is on my vehicle. Alright guys, so that will be a wrap for this video. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It's completely free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.